Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to talk about the series that I finished in 2024. I'm not going to go through every single series that I'm in the middle of because there is a lot and way too many to even count. It's a lot. So I'm just going to go through the ones that I actually accomplished completing. I either started or finished in this year because I am currently in the middle of I'm scared to say between 50 and 60 series. And that's because, honestly, I think at least half of those are technically ones that aren't completed, published yet. So they're not out yet into the wild. But I did complete quite a few this year, which I'm really happy about. The first one I'm going to actually say right now because I forgot to write it in my, finished things. I ended up finishing the If I Were You duology by Lynn Austen. The second book was a Christmas novella, which was kind of connected to the standalone book, I guess, but I'm considering it a duology. So I did complete that this Christmas. Really, really happy to just knock off that duology and be done with it. So looks like I completed 16 series this year. Honestly, not terrible. I would have liked more, but that's really not that bad. And if I'm being honest, I could have finished a lot more because a lot of them I only needed like one or two. But you know what? That's okay. It's fine. You're most likely going to have a lot of series to go through anyways. And a lot of the times it's usually like I start it, but then I just don't continue because not that I'm not enjoying it. I get stuck with other books, and I used to binge read series. I don't know why I don't do that anymore. I really need to get back into it because it certainly helps to not have series on your list because I never used to have that. But now I do, and it's a problem, but most of us have that problem. If you don't, I highly congratulate you. Way to go on not having a giant series list. All right, so the completed series that I finished the Misty River series by Becky Wade, which I felt like I thought I finished it the year before, but I guess not. So we finished that one. We finished the Lewis Family series by Toni Shiloh, although I have heard, I don't know if she's going to do any more. She said she's kicking around the idea that there might be, you don't know. But as far as the ones that are out now, they are completed. Next is the Jurassic Judgment by Janice Bokahoff. Finished that entire series. I think it was a trilogy, so completed that. It was okay, but I think if I got more dinosaur parts to it, I think I would have enjoyed it more if there was more dinosaurs. Next is The Christmas Tree Farm by Jacqueline Frost. Technically, I've finished up to the first book that just came out this past Christmas. I'm reading that one right now, and I'll be all caught up. I thought that this series was going to end with I think it was book 4 last year, I think. And I was like, oh, this is a nice short series. And then she comes out with book 5 this year. I was like, oh, I guess it's not done. So I'm up to date, but if there's any more, then that's not going to, unfortunately, be unmarked off my list. Next is the Love Tuxin series by Laura Longa, it's a secular romance. I felt like the first book was a little heavy with makeout scenes, and there is some closed door scenes. So there's a lead up, but then there's closed doors. The other two I felt were, especially the third book. The third book was completely clean. So for the most part though, but I really love her relationships. I feel like her main characters have a really good relationship with each other. So I finished that one. I don't think there's going to be any more in the series. He's actually, I think, started a new series right now. So that one's done. Then the next one I finished was Pictures of the Heart by Tracy Peterson. And that was an easy check off because they all got published this year. So that was super easy. Next one was the Skimar series by Paperbacks. I finally finished it. Finished it with book 3 because that one came out just literally this year. And technically I could add in the novella, which I'm not sure if I added it into my checklist or not, the novella. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. I can't find it right now. But I completed it, so including the Christmas novella, so yay. Next one I finished was My Heart Belongs in the Blue Ridge by Pepper Basham because I just needed to complete, I think, the third book, so that's done. And both of those series I love to pieces. Next is the Cape Cod Creamery series by Suzanne Woods Fisher. I read the entire series this past summer, so that one's completely done. Next is Ryland and St. Clair by Nancy Mell. I think all those came out this past year, maybe a year and a half, but I finished all those as well, so that's good. That was actually my first Nancy Mell series, and I love her. She's such a sweetheart. Next series was The Secrets of Sweetwater Crossing by Amanda Cabot, and the third book finally came out this year, so I did complete that. Next was the Matchmakers series by Jen Toronto, and I'm happy to say that that is completed, and I love those books. Next was the duology called Amara Elvera's Mysteries by Tom Threadgill, and I finished both of those. I don't know if there's going to be any more. I mean, it's been a few years since the second book came out, so I don't know. But honestly, if there's more in the series coming out, I don't know if I would continue. It was just an average series for me. Next is Love Off Script by Angela Ruth Strong, and I did complete all 3 of those books. I don't think there's going to be any more. Yeah, because the last one was literally called something finale, so I think that series is done. The next one is Sky World by Morgan L. Bussey. This was a duology, and I'm happy to say I completed both of those with a very good friend of mine, so we completed that together. And then the last series I finished was the Alaskan Cyber Hunter series by Kimberly Woodhouse, which was a phenomenal series if you love romantic suspense. Highly, highly love that series. I think you would enjoy it so much. So those are all the ones I completed. This was a short video, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot longer than that. But I'm happy to say that I didn't do badly with series. But if you can see by my reading journal, the ones with the pink marks are the ones I actually completed. So, yeah, we're not doing great. I feel like I'm reading a children's storybook from when you're a librarian and you flip the pages. So, yes, there's a few over here. The pink marks over here are just books I finished. These ones are the ones that I actually completed. So, we're not doing well with that. Considering the fact that I've added a couple more besides that. I think that's everything. Yeah. So, not off to a great start. If you want a complete listing of all the series I'm currently in the middle of, let me know, and I will probably do that video either at the end of January or early February. But if you're interested to know, I would be happy to make a video for you. Let me know. I want to know how many series you're currently in the middle of. If you're not in the middle of any, again, I applaud you. That is some concentration there for sure. Or maybe you're not a series reader. Who knows? But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.